Have you ever felt like life just threw something at you that you couldn't handle? Like the weight was too heavy, the mountain too steep, the problem too big? We've all been there. But what if I told you that inside you is a strength of resilience that can help you overcome anything? Not by magic, but by science, mindset, and actionable steps. In the next few minutes, we're unlocking the blueprint to unbreakable resilience. First, let's destroy the myth. Resilience isn't about being tough, ignoring pain, or never falling down. It's not a superpower only some people are born with. Resilience is the ability to navigate adversity, to bend without breaking, and to adapt and grow through the struggle. It's a skill you can build, and it starts with our first pillar: reframe your narrative. Your brain tells stories about your struggles. Stories like "this is impossible," or "I can't handle this." Your first task is to edit that script. Become the author of your own comeback story. When your mind says, "This is destroying me," consciously replace it with, "This is challenging, but I can find a way through." Or, if you think, "I always fail at this," try. "Every attempt is teaching me something new." This isn't just positive thinking. It's a cognitive behavioral technique that scientists have proven rewires your brain. Language shapes your reality. By changing your words, you change the story, and ultimately, you change the outcome. You are not a passive character in your life, you are the author. Start writing the story where you overcome. Now, let's move to our second pillar and build our toolkit. This is the present moment anchor. When chaos hits, our minds spiral. We worry about a future that hasn't happened, or we get stuck regretting a past we can't change. Resilience lives right here, in the now. Here's a simple, powerful tool to bring you back: the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding technique. It's incredibly effective because it forces your brain to stop panicking and focus on the immediate, tangible world. Let's do it together. Right now, wherever you are, look around and name 5 things you can see. It could be a lamp, a book, a crack in the wall, the color of your shirt, a tree outside the window. Just notice them. Now, name 4 things you can feel: the texture of your chair, the fabric of your clothes against your skin, the temperature of the air, the weight of your feet on the floor. Now, listen for 3 things you can hear: the hum of a computer, birds chirping, the distant sound of traffic. Tune into them. Next, 2 things you can smell. Maybe it's coffee, or a perfume, or just the scent of the room you're in. And finally, 1 thing you can taste. Maybe the lingering taste of your last meal, or you can just notice the sensation of your tongue in your mouth. You see, this simple exercise pulls you out of the storm in your head and anchors you in the safety of the present moment. You might not be able to handle next week, but you can always handle this single moment. Our third pillar is the micro-action victory. When we're faced with a huge problem, we often feel paralyzed by the sheer size of it. The secret is to not even try to climb the whole mountain at once. Instead, look for the smallest possible step you can take. A micro-action. It could be sending 1 email, making 1 phone call, drinking 1 glass of water, taking 1 deep, conscious breath. Action is the antidote to anxiety. Each tiny action, no matter how small, breaks the cycle of helplessness. It proves to your brain, "I am not stuck. I am moving forward." These small victories build momentum. 1 step leads to another, and before you know it, you're halfway up the mountain you thought was impossible to climb. And within this toolkit, there's 1 more essential strategy: selective endurance. Resilience doesn't mean you have to passively suffer through everything. It's about being smart. You have to ask yourself a critical question: can I change the situation? If the answer is yes, then your energy should go into taking action to change it. But if the answer is no, if it's truly outside your control, then your focus must shift. You ask, can I change my response to it? This is the wisdom to know the difference between what you can control and what you can't. It's not about giving up. It's about strategically choosing where to invest your energy instead of wasting it fighting an unmovable object. It's strategic endurance, not passive suffering. And this brings us to the heart of resilience, the secret that so many people miss. Resilience is not a solo sport. The strongest, most resilient people on this planet all have 1 thing in common: connection. They reach out. They have the courage to say, I'm struggling, or I need help. They allow themselves to be supported by others. We've been taught that vulnerability is a weakness, but it's not. Vulnerability is not the opposite of resilience. It's the very source of it. When you share your burden, it becomes lighter. Find your person, your community, your anchor. It could be a friend, a family member, a therapist, or a support group. Let them be your strength when you feel weak. Knowing you're not alone in your struggle is one of the most powerful forces for healing and bouncing back. And please, while you're leaning on others, don't forget to practice self-compassion. Talk to yourself like you would talk to your best friend if they were in crisis. You wouldn't look at them and say, "You're a failure. Just give up." No, you'd say, "This is so hard. I see you're hurting. I'm here for you. Let's figure this out together." You deserve that same grace. Offer yourself that same kindness. You are worthy of your own compassion. So, let's bring it all together. Remember these 4 keys. 1. Reframe your story. You are capable. You are the author. 2. Anchor in the present. Use your 5-4-3-2-1 technique to get out of your head and into this moment. 3. Take a micro action. Build momentum with one small, achievable step. And 4. Connect and be compassionate. You are not alone, so reach out and be kind to yourself. Resilience isn't about avoiding the storm. It's about learning to dance in the rain, knowing deep down that you won't drown. It's realizing that the very things that stretch you, that challenge you, that break you open, are forging you into someone stronger, wiser, and more powerful than you were before. Your greatest setback can become the foundation for your greatest comeback. Now, I want you to do one thing today. Share one small win. In the comments below, tell us one micro action you'll take, or one you've already taken today. Let's fill this space with proof that we are all moving forward. Let's build a community of resilience right here, together, because you can overcome anything. Thanks for watching.